If you're looking for a verse that gives you hope after a particularly dark day, this is the one for you. Psalm 94:19 provides us with reassurance that no matter how hopeless we feel, or how much we struggle, there is always hope because God is our light and our salvation. When we are lost in the darkness and despair of life, it can be difficult to feel like there is anything worth clinging to. However, when we take time to stop and reflect on what God has done for us so far and how He continues to love us even when things aren't going our way, we can find peace in knowing that His faithfulness will carry us throughout life. The Lord is our light, our salvation, and our hope. When you are in the depths of despair, you can find all kinds of reasons to believe nothing good will ever come into your life again. However, the truth is that God has already surrounded us with so much light and goodness that we can't possibly comprehend it. As we reflect on all the blessings we have, we can find hope in knowing that all of this goodness is coming to an end because God wants to give us even more. When we let go of the fear of not having enough, we can see that everything we have, or don't have, is the perfect amount for us. If we are stuck in a rut, or have had bad days and weeks, it's important to remember that the darkness we are feeling doesn't last forever. God is our light, our salvation, and our hope, and even when the world around us seems hopeless, we can rest assured knowing that He is up to something. Why is it important to have hope in spite of the darkness? It's easy to get discouraged when we are in a dark place, and to start believing that there is no way out. It might be helpful to remember that no matter how bad things seem right now, they can always get worse. Hope might be important right now because it can help us keep our minds off of how desperate we feel. If we don't let ourselves dwell on our troubles, we can distract ourselves with other things, and in the process find some relief. We might not be able to change anything, but we can still choose to get out of our own heads for a little while. Having hope that everything will somehow be all right can help us avoid getting stuck in a cycle of hopelessness. How can we take stock of all that God has done for us so far? What if we were to take a moment to look back on all the blessings that have come our way? When we are in the middle of a dark season, we might be relieved to know that we are not alone. The world we live in is full of darkness, but it is also full of light. There is always goodness and beauty to be found, and if we will look for it, we can find it. It's important to take the time to stop and appreciate everything God has done for us so far because it can help us to see the bigger picture. We might be in a place where we feel like we are completely forgotten, but it's important to remind ourselves that all of this goodness is coming to an end, and that there is much more to look forward to. How can we find peace in an uncertain future? There are many reasons why it can be important to keep hope in spite of the darkness. The first and most important is that this is what we are supposed to do. Hope might not be the answer to everything in life, but it is the right path. It's important to remember that the future is not set in stone, and even if things look dark, they don't have to stay that way. When we let ourselves get caught up in thoughts of how things will never get better, we can forget to take a step back and remember that God promises to take care of us. It's important to remember that hope is not a guarantee, but it is a powerful tool for keeping us grounded and focused. No matter what challenges we face in life, we can always find hope because there is goodness to be found, and God will redeem it. The best way to find peace in an uncertain future is to remember that it is not too late to turn around. When we let go of the fear of being forgotten, and turn our focus to the goodness that God has placed around us, we can find comfort in knowing that there is still hope for us. The only way to ensure we don't just survive, but thrive, is to let go of the way we think and let God take control.